Testing 1 2 3, CenterStrain01 testing 1 2 3. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We'll give it a few seconds here and wait till we get some more people in here. And then today I'm going to be taking you through what goes into making a walkthrough episode for my upcoming walkthrough, Assassin's Creed 1. So I'm very, very excited to get into this, and I can't wait to show you guys. So again, as always, in the beginning of these live streams, let me know that everything is working correctly and you guys can hear me and everything looks decent and all that jazz. And then we will get started. So to explain again, let me show you some of the things that I'm going to be using during this live stream. I'm going to be using XSplit Gamecaster to actually live stream this. So you guys are seeing this everything through XSplit. And this is how I pretty much have it set up. Hello there. And it's on my right screen. My right screen is a BenQ. It's an older BenQ 1080p monitor, and then my left screen is my ultra wide, which is why you guys only see half the screen. That is because when I play everything and I do everything in ultra wide, it makes black bars on the top and bottom. So therefore, I put something in the top and in the bottom to give you guys a little something there, so it doesn't look just empty space. That's the thing that happens with ultra wide gaming and whatnot. So I'm using XSplit to do that. I am also using Adobe Premiere. So if you remember, in my previous making a walkthrough episode where I did how I made a walkthrough for Uncharted 2, I used Cyberlink Power Director. Since then, I've switched over to use Adobe Premiere Pro. So we're going to go into that, and then we're going to, obviously show you guys exactly what I do. Yeah, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. I know it can be a little, it can be a little boring, I guess, to watch some of these. So if you guys got any questions or anything of the such, please don't hesitate to ask me anything that you guys want to see. This is for all of you out there that can get an opportunity to know exactly how I edit my videos and things like that. And also, I'm taking kind of a new approach. So if you guys approve of this, then let me know as well, because this is something that I'm doing that's pretty new to my walkthroughs. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to bring up Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro is paid. You do have to pay a monthly fee for that, but when you're in the video business like I am, obviously it's worth it. Again, the two ones that I use the most, or that I'm the most familiar with, are Adobe Premiere and Cyberlink Power Director. Power Director is a one-time fee, whereas Premiere Pro is part of a package that you can get. I also have Photoshop, so I pay for Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and all that, which allows me to do my thumbnails as well as do the videos. So as you can see here, I've got different names here, and I've got this one. So for those of you that watched my previous live streams on Mixer, where I actually went through the game and played it, recorded it, and all that, this is what you're going to see now, is how I edit it. So I've already done the first episode, and I'll give you guys just a little sneak peek at the first episode here, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. So I'll play this for like maybe first 4 or 5 minutes to give you guys a little heads up and a little showing of kind of what can you expect from this walkthrough.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and welcome to my comprehensive guide for Assassin's Creed 1, played on the PC in 1440 with 60 frames a second. This walkthrough is going to showcase how to get through the game in the stealthiest of manner, as well as completing the objectives needed in order to complete the game. Don't forget to check out my other Assassin's Creed walkthroughs, as I've 100%ed pretty much every game out there, and we're going to be doing Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and Liberation coming up very, very soon. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Also, if you're not already, become a Patreon to help me create more and more videos. Eventually, I like to get to the point where I don't even have to have any ads on videos, as that way I can make better content for all of you guys out there. This is a straightforward walkthrough. There is going to be lots of editing in here, and strictly I'm going to be showing you exactly how to complete each and every section in this game. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and let me know what your favorite Assassin's Creed game is. It's go time.
Assassin was an individual.
You'll get used to it. The yellow expecting the creed.
The Holy Land.
Person act. Next up, all you're going to do is escape, and you can use the free running system, which back in the day, if I recall, was just one of the most amazing things about this game, which really hadn't been done before this. I'll be using an Xbox One gamepad for the duration of this walkthrough. I feel that this being a third-person action game, it is more tailor-suited for a gamepad instead of keyboard and mouse.
Sorry, I didn't.
Got a question for you before I turn in.
Sure.
How did they...
One walk.
I really can't talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes part 1 of my Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, let me know in the comments below if there's anything I can do to make these videos and my content better. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, CenterStrain01, to stay updated on all my videos, and to watch my other Assassin's Creed playlists.
Damn it, they locked the door.
Part 2 is up next, where we find out how to become an assassin, and we take on our first assassination mission. Peace out.
So there's a little sneak peek for Assassin's Creed 1, the first video that I've done. What we're going to be editing now is the second video. So when the game is going to be out, that's when you'll know that I'll be finished. I'm continuing doing episodes, but I will not put the first video out until I am completely done with the game, because I want to make sure that you guys know that when I start something, I plan on finishing it. So that's, like, you know, obviously one of my goals for the year. So I've got the same layout as I had in the Assassin's Creed 1 first video, and now that we've moved on to the second, as you can see when we started up, now, first of all, I know that the music you're hearing is not from Assassin's Creed 1. It's actually from Assassin's Creed 2. But I feel that that theme represents the entire series. I feel Ezio's theme is literally one of the best soundtracks and music in all of gaming and any type of media. And it's one of those songs that you actually want to have on your iPhone or whatever listening device that you have and you're out and about. I find myself listening to it all the time, even when I'm in the car. It's just such amazing music, and even though it is not necessarily in this game, I felt that as a series as a whole, it kind of just makes sense to put it in there. So I'm going to keep that in there like that. So you also may have noticed, and I didn't go over it for a very long time, but if we move that, we have these little things here. So, like, every single episode, you're going to see around the 16th second mark a Twitter, CenterStrain01. Now, I am such a novice when it comes to editing. Like, I don't know anything. I've never taken any courses. I've just learned on my own, and I'm nowhere near a professional when it comes to that. And because of the structures of videos that I do and how some walkthroughs have like 50 to 60 parts, I can't sit here and have the time to make it as just clean and crisp looking as possible. Like, you see some other videos of people that do montages or one-off videos of top 10s or things like that, where all of the editing looks supreme and they've got some really cool After Effects and all that. I just don't have the time for any of that because I'm doing a lot of episodes per walkthrough. So because of that, it's not going to be as heavily, you know, awesome like those are, but I try to do as much as I can with the time that I have. So to get into here, first of all, as you guys already see, we have the intro and then we have that coming on. So now we're going to insert our video. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab the video. So this is one of the problems that comes up when you're recording with shadow play. So most of the time when I'm recording games, I record with shadow play. Everybody knows what shadow play is. You have to have an NVIDIA GeForce card to do it. I have an GTX 1080 Ti. You have to Premiere Pro is not that expensive, but it is expensive because it is a monthly service. So you're paying, I think, around $20 a month. But if you use it for 3 months, that's the cost of what Cyberlink Power Director would be, like $60-some, and you get it forever. So there is drawbacks to using Premiere Pro, but Premiere Pro is the best, obviously, out there. I mean, subjectively, everyone likes different things. So, but I enjoy Premiere Pro because of its batch editing and its ease of layout, and just everything feels right to me. So let me explain to you what happens with some of these videos that I do. So if I go to my drive where I have this Assassin's Creed video, this one right here, this is the next episode. So I'm going to drop it into my source, no clips, and then you're going to see this pop up.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy, Doc. Waking up to you standing over me.
Alright, so this is the start of the next video. So you saw that everything seems to be linked and everything seems fine. As we get further along. Well, it hasn't finished. It's still editing, as you can see on the bottom. It hasn't finished yet. But this is the problem that happens with shadow play. It records at a variable frame rate. And Adobe Premiere is one of the only encoders that does not like variable frame rates. So what does that mean for you as the recorder? It means that eventually, at about 20 or so minutes into the video, the audio and the video are going to desync from each other. And when that happens, it'll slowly start to desync more and more and more and more, meaning that your video might be 3 seconds behind what your audio is doing. Even though when you watch the video itself, you'll notice that if you just watch the video on a whole, like say if I just click on the video here, and here's the video. See, the hits are all lining up, and this is about 40 minutes in. Jump down, you heard the hits. Notice all the audio is the cues are clicking, so everything is in line, perfect.
But too much, such pride. It will destroy you, child.
See, it's all perfect. Now, the problem is that when you take it into an editor like Adobe Premiere, it separates it. So when you get to about that same point, usually takes a while. See, it's off.
Like what you
See, it's about a second behind. Like, you got to listen. The main thing you need to do is listen for the sounds. Let's see the lip syncing.
Your plan seems solid enough. I give you leave to go.
See, his mouth is still moving. So the audio is about 2 seconds already ahead.
Let al-Mualim's will be done.
Now he just started talking.
Here till you're ready.
So that's the problem that you get, and that makes editing very, very difficult when it comes to using Adobe Premiere if you're using shadow play and the video is longer than 20 minutes. So what you have to do because of this situation, and we're going to get rid of this video because this is not the video that I'm using, is you need to use an app called Handbrake. And what Handbrake does is it allows you to take whatever video you have and make it a different format, make it a different frames per second. You can do all kinds of things to it. So you can set the frame rate to be constant. So what we do is I recorded this at 60 frames a second, but it's at a variable frame rate. So sometimes it'll go up to 100 because I have a high GPU. Actually, I'm playing the game in at 100 frames a second, but it's only recording at 60. But it's not a constant. So what happens is it, desyncs from the video and audio. So Handbrake just allows you to kind of re-edit that specific video into whatever format you want and quality you want and make it a constant frame rate. That is very, very important because then you can actually take the video that you've done and then everything will line up. So now I'm going to grab the video that I put into Handbrake today, and you're going to see, let's see, where is it? I've just so you know, I've got it labeled Ass 2. You got to love the Assassin's Creed series. So, all right, so now we're going to bring that over into the same spot as I did before. And now you're going to notice that the video is the same. I've got it set at the same quality. Nothing's changed.
A little creepy, Doc.
But when we go over here, now I want you to see. Well, it's editing still. It takes a little bit of time. It has to render the video. As you can see down there, it's not done yet. But what it does is it's going to be perfect. There'll be no audio desynchronization issues. No problems with it whatsoever. It'll work 100%, and that's what you have to do. Now, the unfortunate part is handbraking can be very taxing on your system, so I don't recommend you have anything opened up when you're doing this. I did it earlier, and this is an hour video, and it took about an hour long to do it. That is with my beast of a computer, so it could take way longer depending on how long your footage is.
Requires so much, and the destination. It is a difficult.
Hold on. Sometimes it's got to get itself to catch up there.
Route.
Would that you could produce weapons with the same skill.
Sometimes you run into this problem too. If you have a lot of things going on, the video might look a little weird. But all right, so we're pretty much done, and now we can actually get into making this. So I'm going to set this to 1/4 just to make sure.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy, Doc.
All right, so as far as the beginning, this is exactly where I want the video to start, so I know that the following morning is fine.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy, Doc. Waking up to you standing over me. You been watching me sleep?
We're always watching you. Now get up. We've got a lot of work to do.
Ooh, wonder who I get to kill today.
Don't be so cavalier. Your ancestors almost had the right idea, Mr. Miles. If the deaths of a few people, evil people, no less, could save the lives of thousands more, well, it seems a small sacrifice.
I am reading the chat, yes, but I'm also focusing on this, so I'll try to go back and forth.
To use a rather tired analogy, corruption is no different than...
Alright, so we don't have to worry too much about that. He's just kind of yapping. And see, this is one thing I hate. As you can see how choppy it is, and I don't know why it's like that, especially since I have it down in 1/4. It could be anything from, let's look at the task manager. See, my computer is at 100%. Adobe Premiere is just completely taxing my computer. Which I have a beast of a computer, which is why it's something I don't really understand. So sometimes you have to stop it and then play it again in order for it to be fine. It's really, really weird how Adobe, and look, now it goes down to 77%, so you can kind of see the limitations you have when you're doing walkthroughs and stuff like that. And now it's down to 63. Alright, so there's about a minute and some seconds of this, so I think the beginning is going to be just fine.
But fail to treat the source.
Let it catch up.
And, well, you're buying time at best. There's no true change to be had without comprehensive, systemic intervention.
Chemo for the masses.
Education, re-education, to be more precise.
Alright, so we're going to get into the Animus. I'm pretty sure they have apps out there to let you record the PlayStation Portable. Alright, so he's heading in. right there. So that's going to be my first section of video. So I just hit the end marker, and then I'm going to drag that video into there. So now we have this.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy.
Let's see it a little better. That's good. I would say the only thing I'd want to do is maybe come over here to video transitions and do a little cross dissolve in between here. I have no idea what that insufficient crap is.
Gotta say, that's a little creepy, Doc. Waking up to you standing over me. You been watching me sleep?
We're always watching you.
Now, one thing I will say that is, I've never had that happen
Wonder who
before.
I get to kill today.
Don't be so cavalier. Your ancestors almost had the right idea, Mr. Miles.
All right, so we should be
If the
pretty
deaths of a
good for
few
that.
People, evil people, no less, could save the...
So we no longer need this one in. So if you remember in the, I got fun fact there, right? So we technically don't need that in there, but we
Option
could
is no
still
different
put,
than cancer. Cut out the tumor.
could find an Assassin's Creed trivia fact and put it in there, and that's what I've been doing. Bring that up there. Oh, hey, look, we're live. So let me bring this over here. And I'm going to look for Assassin's Creed trivia. Let's see. That's a good one. All right, so I've got a fun fact here. So I'm going to click on the title, or click on this, which allow me to change this. All right, but let's move it. To where it fits. And that looks fine. Alright, so now I know I don't need this one anymore because that is my walkthrough one, so we can actually get rid of that. But let's make sure that it didn't change any of the other ones. Okay, that's still good. And those are on the bottom. Sweet. So now let's take a look. And this is exactly what I do when I'm going through this game, is I'm trying to make this the best one that I've done so far.
They didn't go far enough. To use a rather tired analogy, corruption is no different than cancer.
Perfect. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of
Treat the source and,
extra knowledge.
well, you're buying. To use a rather tired analogy.
I don't know why my computer's doing this. I never have any problems with it being all like stop and stepping on me and all that stuff. So I think it just has to do with because I'm streaming at the same time, and that's probably the reason why it's doing it. Let me bring back up the chat here. All right. So now we can move on. So we've got that done. And we've got the first. This is really weird. This should not be having this much problems with running this. That should not be at 95%. I've never had it up there before. I may have needed to refresh some systems. There could be a bunch of things that I'm logged into that might be tearing up some crap. Let's exit Steam. Exit Uplay. Look at that, brought it down to 22, 26%. Hopefully that did something. All right. Okay, so we got that done. Now let's move on to the next one. So we don't need any of this filler here.
Time to start the program, Desmond.
Wait for it. I'm trying to leave all of the crap out that you don't really need. Alright, so right when he says about I am alive. Right there. Should be perfect. So let's start it.
I am alive. But I saw you stab me. Felt death's embrace.
You saw what I wanted you to see. And then you slept the sleep
Now the video might look a little grainy because we're playing it at 1/4.
that you might awake.
So I know he's talking to him for a while, so we don't need to continue that.
Someone was assisting Robert de Sable, one of our own. You must find him and bring him here for questioning.
What can you tell me of the traitor?
Ah, but that's just it. I've given you all I will. The rest is up to you.
Alright, so now we can go ahead and cut it right there. You don't need to see any of that filler stuff. This is a true walkthrough. I'm not here to let's play you through. I'm here to guide you through the entire game. So because of that, we don't need that. But let's make sure this transition is going to be decent.
I am alive.
It's a little hard.
I am.
You can hear like the noises that are... Yeah, so I don't like those noises. So what you can do is, let's stretch this out a little bit. And we're going to do another better transition there. I don't like how it went black. Why would it go black? Alright, so that's a worthless transition if it makes it go black. That's so weird. Oh, because it's not even connected. It's still going black. That is so weird. Let's exit this cross dissolve. You should be able to cross dissolve in the middle of the video. There we go. Perfect.
Alive.
You won't hear that noise. That's only happening because I'm live streaming and it's screwing the computer up, but you won't hear that like weird noise. But if you wanted to add the video or the audio transition, you can go to audio transitions, fade, and do a constant gain. Do you see how smooth that was? And it's almost like it just was perfect. I haven't done the voiceover part yet, Padone, so I am going to be doing that during this live stream. So you will get to hear that here. As soon as I'm done editing the actual video, then I will do the voiceover. Alright, so we've got all that. So now we go to the end, and we got to find the next transition point for this. We don't need any of this. But I do know that if I remember, he does talk to somebody coming up. Once he gets down and over to where the bridge is. Sure, bud. Guys, I know this is probably really boring, but this is kind of the process that we have to go through when we're doing these videos. I'll be right here. So right there, you saw that little itty bitty thing right here. And now. Right there's perfect. So we'll start the next one there.
Safety and peace, I'll tell you.
You're in my way.
Yes.
Hey, I'm glad I can help you, Max.
Ask that I assist you. Remind you how it is we hunt our prey.
I know how it works.
Be that as it may, I have no desire to disobey.
Then be quick.
The Assassination have many tools at their disposal.
Yes, yes. We can eavesdrop, we can pickpocket, or we can use violence to intimidate.
Good, you remember.
So you'd have me walk amongst the others and learn what...
There's no reason in us listening through this whole thing. I mean, as long as we know where we are. Alright, so he's already finished it by then.
The way it works. Now go. And remember, begin your search in the village market.
Alright, so right there. That's where we're going to stop, and then we're going to add this. So depending on how well the transition is.
The rest is up to you.
Safety
It's a little iffy on the transition, so again we'll continue to do our, and I don't like, you got to be really zoomed in order to make sure you hit those good.
The rest is up to you.
And then I have to wait here. I don't know what it's doing. It's like just barely running. It's never done this to me before.
The rest is up to you.
Alright, I think that's going to be fine. But I have no clue why my computer is doing this. Look, it's at 50%. And let me see what percentage it goes up to whenever I click play.
Up to you.
64,
and peace, I'll tell you.
You're in my
98.
Yes.
Just by clicking play once on this brings it up from like 25 to 100%. It's never ever done this, so I think it has to be because I'm live streaming. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I could get rid of Discord too, which shouldn't mean a damn thing. But that's only taken up 2%. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I probably haven't restarted my computer in a few days. Usually all those fixes end up fixing themselves because of that. See, it's like completely frozen right now. I can't even, there we go. Keep constantly saving. So we're good there. So now we need to find the next point. Padone, I'm guessing you're going to get Assassin's Creed Origins, which I can't wait to play that for you guys too. So I don't need any of this cannon fodder. Running around like this isn't going to help you guys when it comes to completing the game. That's the route that I'm wanting to go towards when it comes to walkthroughs. I feel like I waste too much of your time by just walking around and stuff. I'm not getting to the point of what a walkthrough is, which is to guide you, to show you exactly what it is you need to see. Alright, so this is where the meeting is. So what I'm going to do is, right here is perfect. I'm going to start it here. So I see him like walking down here. Perfect.
What makes you say this? He exchanges letters with someone inside. The basket weaver carries them for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, if I restart the computer right now, it'll stop the stream, obviously.
Him a letter just before the attack.
We can manage, though. We'll be fine. This will be probably a 2-hour stream, though.
He can name Masun's accomplice.
Alright, so we got this guy. Okay, now he's running towards him. still just running at a slow pace right now. I think I may have already done it. What the hell is going on? Look at it. It's like so choppy. It doesn't even want to work. This makes editing like almost impossible. There it goes. I don't get it. Unfortunately, you don't need to see all of that crap. Alright, so there we go. Oh, I gotta wait. Drag it. Make sure it's snapped. Get to that point, and I gotta go through this entire... Oh, it's frozen. I can't do anything. Yeah, it's gotta be because I'm streaming. And you always want, it is probably a good thing to have these audio fades in there because you want the audio to go clear or to be clear. Yeah, this is so... Look at it. It's like impossible to edit right now. I can't believe XSplit is taking up... It could also... Maybe I'm... let's see. My computer says it's running at 20%. Let me see what happens when I hit play. Well, now it's fine. Alright, so we got it to there. So we don't need to have the next one until he gets to where he's going, and there it goes again. Wow. I apologize, guys. I didn't know that me live streaming this would make this impossible. It should be fine. I've got a beast freaking computer. I didn't go through all that trouble to make sure I had the best equipment to have problems like this, but it's not a strain stream unless something crappy happens. Alright, let's say right there.
Please, just one. We lost everything in the attack and have no place to store our grain.
I can't right now. I'm busy.
Is this about the letter?
What letter?
The letter you received when I got here. Bad news?
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'll see what I can do, but please, I need to be alone right now. Come back later.
As you wish.
Alright, so he's gonna go up, pickpocket him. Now, I usually never have any scripts. I've never done scripts. I know a lot of people like to script out what they're gonna say, but I've always just come up with everything on my own. Alright, so now, there we go. So we've got that now. And we're going to do the exact same thing as soon as it does it. Q is bring this closer, cross, and constant. There it goes.
Please, just one. We lost everything in Please, just one.
Alright, it's going to be fine. I ain't too worried about it right now. If I have to re-edit some of this stuff afterwards to make sure that it runs smoothly, it'll be fine. I don't do any notes on paper. I don't do timestamps or anything like that. I just, usually when I record an episode, I edit it right after so I remember. But this one, however, has been a few weeks. I recorded this about a few weeks ago. This is before I went on drill. So I'm slowly remembering exactly what I did and the processes that I have to go through. But normally I wouldn't wait that long. I just had to, I had to go to work, so I couldn't really do it. Alright, so he should be heading... And we're already about 8 to 9, we're about 5 minutes, I guess, now in the video.
You'll see. Soon, all your eyes will be opened to the truth. We stand upon the threshold between this world and a new one. A better place where all might live as equals. But man, like Al-Mualim, would see this dream destroyed.
Alright, so that's a good spot right there. Right what I just saw.
A better place where all might live as equals. But man, like Al-Mualim.
Okay, so I want to get the perfect.
Where all might live as equals.
Right here, perfect. We'll start it there.
But man, like Al-Mualim, would see this dream destroyed. 2 days' attack was but the first. And more will follow.
Hopefully you're enjoying it, Solomon.
Give up your wicked ways. Rise up against the madman of Masyaf. See through his lies.
Alright, so there's no point of showing the whole thing. And that is because he's going to take a long walk. See how it's just, you got to be zoomed in order to be able to do any of this. If you're not zoomed in, you won't be able to get the middle.
But man, like Al-Mualim.
Come on. Alright. I will be getting the Xbox One X, yes. See, this I feel is not really needed, because you're going to follow him anyways, so it's, to me it would be worthless to show you like a minute to 2 minutes of me just following this guy. I feel like it's not entertaining, it's not fun to watch. At this point is where I want to start it, because that's right when he's about to start doing, I'm about to start doing something. Amazingly, these guys, they pack a punch.
I yield! I yield! Speak quickly then.
Not for me to decide. It's Al-Mualim who will judge.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
You stand accused of betraying our brotherhood and
Okay, this is all still important stuff. Alright. Right there. Come on, game.
you answer not only to me, but all the Brotherhood as well now.
So be it.
My favorite's still probably Revelations.
Prove that you are not yet lost.
But from what I played of freaking Origins, I was just blown away. Alright, so he's walking away, which is fine, so that's perfect. get those transitions in. And everything should be good. Come on. It just doesn't want to... It doesn't want to allow me to see it in this window at all. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it won't play it. And it's even in half, which is ridiculous. Let me go to 1/8 and see what happens. Even 1/8, it's too much taxing on the computer or on the CPU. And I've got a 5930K in this CPU. I feel like it's a waste if it can't handle something as simple as that. And that thing was like way too expensive. Well, it moved a little bit, but unfortunately all my editing is going to have to be done via here as opposed to here, and I don't like to do that because this is the finished product. So okay, so we did that. We're going to move on. Just how it is. Now I'm debating if I need to show... Come on. Wow. I don't think I need to show this.
Altair, it seems my students do not fully understand what...
I don't feel like this is a very, very important part. That is not important. What I could show is when I first arrive and take a look at the world. Like right there. I can start here. So the game forces you to do this viewpoint. So I'm going to stop it there. And then we're going to go ahead and climb. Because what happens is I wasn't trying to do that. I wanted to move on to the mission, and I remember that it forces me. See, it won't let me do it until I climb it. So I don't want to show that happening. So
What is that fool doing?
everyone knows how to climb. They're not idiots. They went through the tutorial in the game, so I don't need to show necessarily all of this. Right here is perfect, so I think here is a good point to start it. Allow him to get back on the horse. Right there. Alright, so there's my stopping point. Wait for the computer to catch up. There it goes. Alright, so we've done all that. Now, I don't need to show anything until we get into the correct area. I'm not showing any of this Running through this section. Look, we're already about halfway through the video now. We'd be way more done than this right now if it wasn't for the computer just being slow. We got to get to the point where he's entering into this area. Perfect. Right here, actually. Just because that's a beautiful vista shot right there. You definitely want that in your video. Very short clip here. Wow, look at that. It's just taken forever. I will no longer edit videos while live streaming. Ever again. Alright, so we've done that. He's going to get down and help out a civilian. Because you got to help out the civilian in order to get in. Well, there's another way in, but they put the civilian right in front. Right here.
Please, you're hurting me.
We don't have our hidden blade, so we couldn't just walk up to him and assassinate him. We don't have our counter move. So I'm going to show that you have to kind of go through the motions in order to do this. If the guy is too close to your guy, he'll automatically miss. I do have 32 gigabytes of memory, yes.
Is not the last of them? I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it. These are dark days indeed.
I feel like this is just going on for way too long for me to show that much, so I'm going to back up a little. I think that's a perfect enough good point. Unfortunately, there we go. Hey, thanks for watching. Sorry, it's just having so much problems because I'm live streaming. Right there's a good point to start it up. Just to show that those guys get us through. Okay. Now, because there's no sound, I don't think a transition is really that important here. But I might not even be able to see how it... See, it just... The edits, it won't let you see them. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't need it. Alright, so now we're here, so let's move it up a little bit. We're going to go to our first viewpoint, so we'll wait till I get to the end. Actually, I don't even need to wait to the end. I just do this, the synchronization. I think Assassin's Creed Syndicate was a great game. First point right there. Perfect. So now they know that we're inside. We've went to a viewpoint. When I jump into the hay, now this will be a nice transition from jumping from to the hay. Into going to yeah, he's already in there. Again, this would not happen as I'm going through this. All of this would be butter smooth and so simple.
A few of your brothers were here.
He's almost there.
I'll have your hand for that. Come close. Hear the tale I have to tell of a merchant prince without fear.
Alright, we'll start it there.
I'll have your hand for that. Die, thief.
So now he's going to go through his speech. I prefer that you actually watch on Mixer, because that's the partnership that I have, and go follow me over on Mixer. Link is in the description if you're watching on YouTube.
Think nothing of it. A few of your brothers were here earlier, in fact. Oof, if you'd heard the things they said, I'm certain you'd have slain them where they stood.
Alright, so we're moving along. We're already just about halfway through, I'd say.
One for the creed, have you?
Again, it'd be a lot quicker if it wasn't screwing up.
Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the mass?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it. Now tell me where to find him.
Surely you remember how to track an enemy.
Of course. Learn where he will be and when. But that sort of...
Mixer is like a live streaming service, just like YouTube has and like Twitch has. Except it's owned by Microsoft. And I'm a partner there. So it's just like you're a Twitch partner. And it's really cool when you watch over there. There's no latency, you know. This is a special live stream here because I'm doing Assassin's Creed. And I'm showing people how to edit. So that's why I wanted to put it on YouTube. But normally I'd be over just on Mixer.
Groovy.
Groovy. Hey, thank you for the follow, Monster. Groovy. Alright. So let's skip forward.
Turn to the Bureau. I can shelter you from the storm. Be warned, though. If your enemies are too close...
It's like you have to wait a little bit before it catches up to itself, and then
my door will remain
it'll be fine. I don't know.
Do you understand?
Yes. To bring the enemy inside would compromise the Brotherhood.
Very well. Off you go.
You know, it might be because of this, too. Let me close that and see if that helps out at all. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to stop it there. Bring this over. Hey!
Snake, what's that? Snake!
Alright! Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Effigy, thank you for the subscription over on Mixer. That dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much. It's people like you that are actually really helping me continue to do this for a living, which is not easy to do right now. So thank you so much for subscribing to me on Mixer. Love you. Thank you so much. Again, that is what directly helps me to be able to make sure that I can pay all of the bills that are required to do this. It is so tough on YouTube right now, and without Mixer and Patreon, I mean, it's crazy. So again, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it, bro. All right, so I'm going to skip ahead until we get to one of those little objectives. Here we go.
I trust you're looking for information to aid you in... I trust you're looking for information to aid you in it.
Those of you that need to know, that's actually Liam from Assassin's Creed Rogue. See how, I don't know why, it's so weird. I appreciate that, man. You guys are worth doing all of this stuff for. You have no idea. I mean, I've always said if only just 0.1% of my... If 1% of my audience, out of everybody that watches me, would, you know, subscribe or become a Patreon for like $1 or whatever, I mean, I would never have to worry about ads or anything at all. So again, what you do right there just completely helps me out.
Safety and peace, Altair. I trust you're looking for information to aid you in your strike against Tamir. I fear I've...
It looks like we have another one of those coming up too.
But Bahir might. You shouldn't be too far from here.
Yes, this live stream will be on the channel as soon as it's over. It'll appear just as a video. Totally messed up like a noob here, but it's alright. Controls aren't the best in this game, so it can be difficult. I think I pretty much got rid of the sick bug. I feel a lot better, so definitely feel a lot better.
Like what you see?
Why would anyone want to do that?
CenterStrain01, nice. Merc with the jokes.
So they've sent you, eh? An interesting choice.
A little note,
Though not my place to judge.
and that's what I want to do here. So what I'm going to do is, when I get to that point in the video, that's where that is going to be. So make sure that I remember that. Because that's the voice of Adam Jensen from the Deus Ex series. And I want to put that in as a little tidbit. I wish it was a birthday hangover, but I'm not really a big drinker. I don't know if you guys remember the Oktoberfest Halloween spookathon we did. You don't want me drinking, man. I don't drink that much, and there's a reason. I've always been the DD. All right, so we completed that one. So now we're going to move to the next one. There's no reason of keep going. All right, so we're going to do the transitions. And this, I want to go over to here until I find where Adam Jensen was. Looks like it'll be about right here. Yep. and this is where I want this. I'm going to move this over to there. And actually, instead of having the Twitter at CenterStrain01, make this big, and let's do this. Fun fact. So we're going to move the fun fact to here. Right there. Yep, alright, so fun fact. Click on it, we're going to change it to text. So, because I don't know how to spell his name, we need to bring up the internet real quick. Go. There we go. All right. Oops. Crap. Come on. There it goes. Lias. TOUFEXIS. I don't know how to spell Adam Jensen, so JENSEN. Crap. And then Jensen. In the Deus Ex series. Alright, so let's move this to where it... I'd much rather move that to where it matches up better. Perfect. Alright, so we just added another little fun fact.
So they've sent you, eh? An interesting choice. Though
Perfect.
not my place to judge.
Alright, and unfortunately I can't edit it properly, but... Oh, just the life of Strain, I guess. Everything else seems to be... it's running, we're making it happen. He does have an awesome voice. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to move on to our next objective.
You dare steal in my presence? That will cost you your life!
That will cost you your life! You'll hear that a lot. Should only be one more and then we can go to the assassination. And then the video's almost over by that point. Okay, we're about ready to come up on it. So we're next to the pickpocket, so we're going to start it there.
Finding anything useful at the other mercy? You'll find that everything here, my friend. There's nuts I do not have.
Do you understand?
Yes, I am to deliver the...
Okay, that just was not smooth as I wanted it to be, so... We'll do it right there.
Do you understand?
Yes, I am to deliver the letter to your merchant friend.
And you know who to see?
The same man as always.
Exactly. Normally you'll see a lot of times I just do raw footage.
Many years.
Normally this is how I make my videos, and when I don't put as much effort as I can. Normally what I do is I do everything via via XSplit. So if I record a video in Shadowplay, as long as it's under 10 gigabytes, I can bring it into a program called XSplit, right? Excuse me. XSplit has an editor. As long as the file is under 10, gigabytes, then you can edit that file to your heart's content. Now, by editing, I mean cutting out parts you don't want. There's no like putting in text or effects or anything like that. So what I do is I have my intro, and then I'll add that on the beginning of the video, and then I will cut out the parts in the video that I don't need, and then I will export, and then that's the video. And it takes about a minute to do everything. So normally my editing is very simple and very easy to do. But when I go into projects like these, or like the Uncharted series that I did, this is when I get into the nitty and gritty, where I try to add things to the video like fun facts, or try to make it present it better, make adding the audio later. That's when it gets into this kind of things. Now remember also that this video is in 1440, so it's at a higher quality, and you can definitely tell that I put a lot of effort into it, you know. And a lot of games with stealth, you're going to die a lot, right? Or you're going to mess up a lot, and you got to figure out how to not mess up. So obviously you need to make sure you have a good editing software program where you can edit out all of those frustration deaths and stuff like that, because I only want to show you what is important to you and how you can complete it and achieve what you're looking for in the game, you know. That's why I don't like to do Let's Plays for stealth games, just because of the fact that with stealth games there's a lot of trial and error involved, whereas with Let's Plays you should just play it all the way through and not care. So with stealth games I don't do Let's Plays, because then it's I don't want to put you through that, because it's not a pleasant thing. Uncharted on Crushing was a crap fest. And if you want to see that, I actually have episode number 3 of my, and you can look at the playlist, episode 3 of my Making a Walkthrough video series has me editing my Uncharted 2 walkthrough video. So if you want to check that out, you can do that as well. And it was a long process, and editing out the deaths and all that stuff. It does get crazy, but it's also fun too. So my favorite gaming series it's tough. Probably my all-time favorite gaming series is the Metal Gear Solid series, I would say.
Yes, good for silencing those who say too much. I know this well. You have my word.
Good. Then be quick about it. Time is short.
So unfortunately, back then, game developers were like, we don't need to give you a cover button or a reason for you to look inconspicuous, you know? Luckily, he didn't see me, though. Amazingly, should I say. You have to mark him there, then you can leave. The system doesn't work all the time, though. Alright, so at this point now, I can return to the Assassin's Bureau. I'm not, I repeat, I'm not putting all of the viewpoints in there. I don't really feel like I need to, that it's important to do it. I wish I could see this, because I'm sure in a lot of cases I don't need all of these cross dissolves, but I have no way of actually seeing how crisp the video is. So, see, it does that whenever it goes around and edit. So, unfortunately, I can't see how it's going to turn out. I do. I react to comments all the time. I like to think, and I'm sure I'm not, but I like to think that I'm one of the most, one of the few YouTubers that really like interacts with all of you, you know, instead of just putting videos out and just reaping in the rewards and money or whatever. No, I actually care about the product I put out, and I care about the people that I put out the product to. I want your feedback. I want to get to know you, and that's the kind of person I am. And I don't see that a lot, unfortunately, on YouTube. All right, so we should be able to skip ahead now to the start of the assassination memory. But right now, as you can see, let me try something here. Let me see if I turn on MSI Afterburner, if that helps out at all. Probably not, but see how just choppy it is? It's like, why? Why does it have to be choppy? I'm running this at 1/4 the video size, and now it's fine. See, I just don't get it. It's got to be because of me streaming. I just can't believe it takes up that much power to stream. See you later, Merc.
Dirty thief, I'll have your hand for that. Dirty thief, I'll have your hand for that.
So waiting till I get close enough, and again, you don't need to see all of this rooftop gameplay.
You dare steal in my presence? And so that will cost you your life. Riding north and wondering what would become of his supplies. Or soon. Dirty thief, I'll have your hand for that.
Altair, welcome, welcome. I've done what you asked. Now give me the marker. To rid us of this blight? A meeting is being...
It's got to catch up for some reason.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Alright, right there is fine. Because if I remember correctly, I made a mistake and I had to restart. So because of that mistake, if I stop it right there... And I need to fast forward the video a lot. Yeah, because this is what I'm trying to figure out if I can restart it or not.
To a more recent one.
There we go. Perfect. And start.
Says otherwise. No.
So he's in the middle of killing him. So I got a little bit more further to go. Hey, I can't say your name. What's up, MK? The software that I'm using is Adobe Premiere. You can see it right there.
Be at peace. You'll pay for this. It will destroy you, child.
Now, I wish they were all as smooth as this escape, but this one was lucky. Alright. Now, the next
Sure that's tight. This one I feel doesn't really need any cuts or any because of the nature of it, but there is something here. So let's see what this is. This is another fun fact. Let's do another fun fact. I enjoyed Hitman, and I was a fan of the way that it's been released. This is a simple fact. Pretty easy one here, so we're going to do that one. And that'll work. Perfect. Alright, so far we got about 24, 25 minutes, and everything seems to be working okay, even though it's been taking us forever to do it. But we're getting there, and now we're going to go back to the Assassin's Creed hideout. Come on, catch up, baby. Catch up for me, hon. I don't know. It's not catching up. We'll just do there. Alright, we're just about done.
Word has reached me of your victory, Altair. You have my gratitude and my respect.
Thank you.
It is a shame that the other assassins continue to hold you in such poor regard.
Rafik, I do not care what the others think of me.
As you wish, Altair. You should bring news of your victory to Al-Malik. I'm certain he has more work for you to do.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Okay, we're just about done. No reason to show the loading screen. Okay, and we'll go there. Perfect. Gotta be super close to get that cross dissolve, or else it'll do the beginning. Alright, so let's see. Right there.
Out of the machine, Mr. Miles.
What's the matter, Doc?
Miss Stillman is once again insisting I let you rest.
So, I'll ask you guys, what do you think?
Should I include the ending conversations that I end up having every memory block with Lucy? Like, do you feel that that's important to the walkthrough to include these conversations here, like learning more about her, what's going on in the present day time as opposed to what's going on in the past? What do you guys think? Do you think that I should include those, or do you think that that just adds too much exposition on the walkthrough and detracts from the video? I always like to find out what you guys think, and you have a little bit of a say. Include them from Levi. Come on, computer. Now, see, if I was good at editing, I would have them talking over this right here. I'd have that in the background. But I'm just not that good to be able to do it.
So, feel like telling me who put the stick up his ass?
We have a deadline.
Okay, we're getting close to the end.
Drug. So what's the deal?
I don't like where this is going.
So it's safe to assume the Animus is not a part of their public face.
What, you haven't seen the commercials?
Oh my god. She has a sense of humor.
I'm sorry, Desmond. I've got a lot of work to do. Like I said, if you want to know more about the company, take a look at the computer. The telecommunications stuff is particularly interesting.
Alright, that's going to be good enough for that. This one doesn't need it. Alright, so now let's get to the end. Before we get to the bed, because the ending is what I like to do, which is pretty unique.
Aren't you tired?
I don't know why I sat here through all this when I already did it. Alright, right there is fine, so... Right there. And that's the end. Alright, so we made it. Made it to the end. And the video will be about 29 minutes. So, what is this? It's another fun fact. We don't need another one in there, I think. I think we have enough already. So let's get rid of it. And there's our video. All right. First elements of the video are complete finally. Now this probably would have only taken me 10 minutes, if that, to do, if it wasn't for how crappy as everything's going. And this is going to be the problem. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to add the commentary with you guys here because I've clearly seen that I can never get this part of the video to run smooth. Look at how smooth that is, though, right? But probably once I skip ahead somewhere. Okay, maybe it'll work. I don't know. It's going to be iffy, because if I can't have a smooth video that I'm talking over, then it becomes very, very difficult to do it. So as far as my sleeping habits go, I mean, I work throughout the day, so when I wake up at about 10 or so in the morning, I'm in this room until about 2 in the morning. I'll get up every now and then to say hi to the wife and stuff, but I'm seriously in this room doing what I'm doing when I'm not working for the Army or whatever. It's an all-day process. It's a long process to do, with editing, with doing, you know, this, with playing the games, and then, you know, playing the games to the point where it's a quality, something that I want to show, especially for walkthroughs. Sometimes it takes a long time to get the gameplay to be smooth, to figure the missions out and all that kind of stuff. So right now I'm working on Assassin's Creed, but I've recently got a bunch of requests to do The Evil Within, so I'm thinking about going to be working on both Assassin's Creed and The Evil Within right now, and have those two going on that I'm editing, that I'm working on. And then, of course, once Assassin's Creed 1 is finished, which I'm hoping will be by the end of this week, which means that I can start having the videos up on Monday. That's my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen. I've got to play still a lot more. But my goal would be to have the Assassin's Creed walkthrough starting to come out on Monday. I would like to have 2 games going on at a time that are both already completed by the time I even finish them. So it's a process, but I think it's worth it in the end. So let's save. All right, so this would be the point where I need to take this intro music, I think is right here. And put it to the end. Be right there. Now, why am I doing this? I'm going to show you. There it is. All right, so let's see what this does.
Can you name all the characters that Nolan North has voiced in all of the
Okay, that's not it. Wrong. Wrong. All right, where is it at? Nope. 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 Alright, those seems to be all the audios that I've added earlier. There it is. There it is. Alright, found it. Boom. Okay. Alright, so clearly there's the right music, but because we can't even get the damn video to play, pisses me off. We need to put the correct exponential fade. Let's zoom in big time for this one, because you want to be as zoomed in as you can be. Okay, let's start it at the beginning. Perfect. Alright, so we don't need it to be that loud. I can hear my computer just revving up every time I do the tiniest little thing because I'm streaming. Wow. Everything does not work whenever it's playing at all. All right. So that is finished. I need to put a fade down and stretch it out to there. Nice. Okay, so I've got that down now. The only thing that is left is to add my commentary, which I might try one for you guys just because I want you to see what I go through and what I do. But all of my assets are right now. All of this is on my OS drive, but it is a super fast drive. It's not like an SSD or it's not a hard drive. It's soldered on to the motherboard. It's an actual M.2, and it's super fast. Like about 30 times faster than an SSD. So there's no reason that would not be the issue of why all of this is having problems, just so you know. Okay. Yes, you're definitely correct. Save. Gosh, I can just hear my computer is working its ass off right now for no reason. There's nothing on the screen that is like that tough to be rendering right now. Alright, so this is a perfect time to do the first commentary here. I mean, it can't even run this. Look at this. Yes, it seriously is. Like an SSD will run you will read and write at about 200 megabytes a second. Well, I wouldn't say 30 times. Obviously, I exaggerated. The M.2 that I have read and writes at like over 2,000. So not 30 times faster, but at least 10 or so. All right, so I've got there now. This is how I would record. Let's say, all right, so what's up, ladies and gents? I'm CenterStrain01, and welcome back to my Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough. Up next is memory block number 2. I think that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Now that would be telling.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and welcome back to my Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough. Up next is memory block number 2. And it's unfortunate. Look at that. I couldn't even make out the video. I couldn't do anything. I don't even know if that's going to work or not. Yeah, like I said, guys, I don't have any of these problems when I'm editing without live streaming. It's so buttery smooth, there's not a single issue.
It would be telling.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and welcome back to my Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough. Up next is memory block number 2. Okay, it's unfortunate. See, it didn't even stop on time. But I feel like I need to do that again because I need to put on there, I'm CenterStrain01, welcome back to Assassin's Creed 1 walkthrough. Don't forget to stay up to date on all, yeah. I can't even do this right now. There.
Now that would be telling.
Look, it's not even coming up. It's frozen right now. Look, now it comes up. So I can't do this, guys. I'm sorry. That's going to have to be it. I'm going to have to do my voice. I'm going to have to do my voice over after this. I just cannot seem to get it to run right while I'm streaming. So I do apologize for that. But that's an insight into how I'm recording this walkthrough and what you guys get to see as far as that goes. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry that it did not go as I wanted it to go. Again, I've never had any of these issues when I am, you know, doing anything on editing or anything like that. It's just so weird that it has to happen whenever I'm live streaming. So obviously it has something to do with live streaming. But that's just, I know a lot of other people, what they do is they have two computers. One computer does all of the editing and the other does all of the recording and stuff. So they don't have to worry about that as much. But it's crazy. Yeah, but that's just what you have to work with. You know, I've got what I got, and I just try to do what I can do with what I got. So again, thank you so much for F4G or U4G for this subscription on Mixer. I appreciate that so much, man. It means a lot to me, and I will do my best to stay true to your subscription and keep you coming back for more. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this making a walkthrough episode. I wish it could have been a lot smoother, but that's just the name of the game. So guys, thank you again. Love you, and of course, I will see you on the next walkthrough. Peace out. Meow.